What's up?
How's the first few days of fall camp going for you?
It's been a good, clean first few days. You know, we actually have like limited penalties today, so and the days before. So it's been a good, clean first few days. You know, everybody getting acclimated, going fast. So far so good.
You're going back a couple months, get awarded a scholarship. And what was that feeling like?
It was a good financial burden for me and my people back home. Like, it was really nice of to actually see all my hard work, finally get, recognized and stuff. And, thanks to Coach Hearn, Coach Aguano, and all those guys on the staff, putting that trust in me, give me that great offer and stuff to, just trying to keep working.
Did you sense it was coming?
Low-key, yeah, but you never know. You never know.
Along with yourself, there's 5 other now former walk-ons who were put on scholarship, the most recent being Alijah Gammage, obviously, a couple days ago. What do you think that says about, the work ethic of some of you former walk-ons to come in, prove yourself, and then to be placed on that with that group?
I just say, for everybody that got put on, everybody that's trying to be put on, don't let that walk-on title, define you. If you come in with a mindset that knowing you can work and you can put in the work and knowing, that you can do it, the sky's the limit pretty much. And I'm happy for Alijah and everybody else around the country, that's getting put on scholarships and stuff. So, yeah, it's just a good thing for him and everybody else. So, yeah.
And coming into camp this year, obviously, with a little bit of experience now at this level, how did your approach change or alter or evolve?
It was the same. I feel like I have a little more knowledge of the game and be able to read stuff. I think I'm able to play faster with that. So about the same as last year, just a little more knowledgeable, a little bigger and all that.
You going through last year, of course, you were watching Rashad do his thing. What were some of the things that you were able to pull away from him? Some lessons that you've incorporated?
Just asking him when he was here, just watching him. Even on the film, they still have last year's film up, and even some of the individual stuff, that's all still up for us to go watch. So if I ever wanted to, even if I have a little bit, it's good to go see guys that have made it to the league and what they're doing and what their daily schedules on the field and stuff. So it's good for us to learn and see that.
A lot of competition for carries.
Yeah.
What is that like having so many of you guys that have the potential and there's only one ball?
It's a good competition. It's nothing hate between any of us. It's everybody's helping each other trying to get that one spot. If we, for example, I see X do something, he'll come to me. And today it happened, he had an outside zone, he came to me, did you see that? And I try to help him as best as I can, vice versa type stuff in the whole room. Everybody wants to see everybody succeed. There's no none of that type of stuff. So, yeah.
So last year you got some action during games and ultimately probably the bowl game as well. What are some of the things and what value did you take away from that to help propel you into 2022?
Just the experience of game situations. I did get special teams, so I was able to travel. So seeing the environment of away games is really nice for me because I'm knowing not a lot of people know what an away game is like. That's kind of a hostile area, so be able to get that environment, get that experience is really good.
What's it been like working with Coach Aguano and some of the games that he's helped you make?
It's really great. He's a really great coach. He's really taught me a lot about just learning fronts, learning schemes, just learning defenses in general. Because when you come in from high school, you know how to play running back, but you really realize how much the mental aspect there is to it. So him breaking down film, going over defenses, how coverages affect defenses, even on pass pro, just seeing all that and it really adds something to your game.
And talking to Case, and he mentioned that in addition to your on-field skills, off the field, you're a huge energy guy. Guy always keeping the room kind of lighthearted. And do you see yourself just kind of injecting that energy and kind of what kind of role on the off-the-field side of things you see yourself playing with that group?
We all fun guys off the field. Tevin, he's all smiles, I'm all smiles. Everybody just loves to have some fun, because it's a very serious thing we do daily. So and being able to let go, let loose, have fun a little time is always good. In the locker room right now, you hear the music playing. Who's out there after practice, having a little fun right now. So it's always good to be able to do that.
Coach Aguano mentioned that you're one of the highest football IQ guys on this team. That you always study and you always know what you're doing. Always know the assignments. Did that work ethic on the kind of off the field side of things always come naturally, or did you work on over the years?
When my dad was a coach and working with him and seeing him do it, he always used to pull me to the side and really tell me you gotta break this down. Before games in high school, I'm on a bus going to a game, he'd send me some stuff just to look at. So that and with even help from Coach Aguano, he's teaching me even more. It just keeps building. So what he tells me, I take to heart and go off the field and really try to expand on that so I can be the best I can be in the classroom and in the field.
With a young guy like Tevin White now and just in the back of the game, a little bit, how you guys all kind of gel together really well. Obviously, you were kind of in the same position he is now last year. How have you been helping him out, obviously, with another year under your belt?
Just telling him everything I can to help. Like he's he's my guy. Like that's my guy. I really mess with him. Like anything I see him doing that I was doing last year, like anything to like give him a little edge on some like just the camp schedules, like from camp schedules, like when you can take a nap, when you can like rest, get your body right, from even defenses because he's coming straight out of high school. He's a smart kid too. Don't get me wrong, but like some things like I may see that he may not see, and vice versa. Like he may tell me something. So like just any ways I can help him be the best back he can be is really important.
Going from the offense last year, Coach Hill, Coach Thomas, from a running back's perspective, what are some of the things that kind of stand out about what Coach Thomas likes to do, with how he likes to use those running backs?
Honestly, I feel like the running attack is kind of the same. It's a lot more.
This earlier, Charles Hall and Zeke Freeman, obviously, they look like they bring a lot of speed to this offense. What is your sort of take on that? How do you feel like they can sort of mix in?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Bring a lot of speed, bring a lot of depth. So that's always a good thing.
Just going through the camp the first couple days, what are your feelings after the first 3 days?
We're moving in the right direction, especially with the offense. I mean, I like where the plays and everything is going to, and not just just a single quarter offense is getting it. The whole offense is getting it. So that's always a good thing, and we just looking forward to the season. But we just looking forward day to day right now. But the end goal is the season.
With the quarterback situation, obviously, there's a little bit of a competition there right now. What is sort of your perception of what's going on there, and who have you sort of caught balls from mostly so far, and who's most impressed you? You feel like so far?
In the summer, I got work with everybody. So I'm the type of wide receiver. I don't really care who's back there. If the ball's in the air, that's my job to go get it. So I worked with Emery, worked with Paul, worked with Trent, worked with all three of those guys. So I don't really care who's back there. Like I said, they all throw a good ball. The ball's in the air. My job is to go get it. So,
Herman mentioned earlier this week that he feels that the defense is ahead of the offense. I mean, what is your reaction to hearing that, being on the offense?
That's his opinion. I'm always up for a challenge. So, if somebody's in front of me, I'm going to perform to the best of my ability. So, I'm a competitor, so we go against the defense every day. So, we gon' butt heads, but at the same time, we're a team. So, I love that friendly competition.
How do you feel adjusting into this new system that Thomas has implemented so far?
I love it. Vertical, anything that works, he plays to your strengths. So, that's always a good thing.
Anything that surprised you so far in fall camp with that system, or is it pretty simple to understand?
Pretty simple to understand. I mean, we went through a lot of things in the spring, so it's pretty much the same thing moving on this summer. We got a few extra pieces, but for overall, it's pretty simple.
You guys have a lot of, it seems like, deep threats on your team. Not only yourself, but also Andre, Alijah seems like a guy who can really open it up over the top, and now you have Zeke and Charles. How do you feel like that really, broadens does that expand the playbook at all? Does it make it like, with a bunch of guys who can really break it off over the top, you guys can have all that explosiveness?
Yeah, playbook and depth chart. So, I'll run a post, it's almost like we lose nothing if another guy comes in. So, that's always, we always look forward to that, especially, when we have new legs, we don't want to go backwards. So, those guys, that speed is always helpful.
How do you feel like with, so far, obviously, there's been a lot of a mix between, a lot of the skill players on first and second team so far. Who do you feel like are some guys who like, is there any groupings, maybe like, three wide sets or 2 wide sets that you feel like could really work well this year that you've noticed have worked well in plays during camp so far?
Yeah, 3 wide and 2 wide. I mean, we're so versatile, we can do either or. So, that's one thing, good thing about this offense. We could run multiple things out of different sets. So, we can be in 3, we can be in 3x1, we can be in 2x2, but at the end of the day, we can still run the same play.
Right.
So, I love that about this offense.
Is there any groupings in particular with some guys in different sets that you feel like have really worked so far?
I'm not really focused on it. Like I said, it's the first couple days, so it's hard to get a real wrap around that. So, like I said, I'm a competitor. I just compete to the best of my ability to whistle. So, I just worry about 1 rep at a time.
Thanks, man.
Tell us a little bit about what your reaction was when you got the scholarship.
I really just didn't know it was coming at all. Realistically, I had a conversation with my brother that morning, and he was just trying to get me in the right headspace because obviously, you know, it's just tension around the subject, so it just put me in the left field when they just randomly in the team meeting. It was a beautiful moment.
So, what kind of conversation did you have with Fred after that happened?
I called him after we were done around like 7:30, 8-ish at night, and I just let him know he was happy, and he actually told me, you know, he had a little birdie told him beforehand, so I guess he, in some sense, already knew a little bit, but so he was just getting me in the right headspace in the morning before, you know, and just being a good brother at that point, you know.
Did you ever think about transferring and maybe going somewhere where you could get a scholarship?
I don't think so. You know, I'm born and raised here. I have the city tattooed on the back of my neck for a reason. I always want to be a Sun Devil. I always have one too.
Does it say that two brothers were both able to accomplish that? I don't know that that's happened before.
I think just speaks to our long family lineage. You know, the family root is so big, the roots spread out so far. I've gotten tips and tricks from uncles, cousins here. It's like a potluck type thing when it comes to sports and everything else. So I got the help from everyone, really.
What is some of the message that your family members gave you after they found out then?
Everybody's just like, super excited, man. It's giving me chills right now talking about it, you know. It's just a good thing, beautiful thing, like I said before, to let the whole family know. And it really hits hard when you tell your mom, you know. That's the best part about it, when you tell your mom, and that's when it really hits.
What was her reaction?
She was actually in California at the time, so just sent me a bunch of what are those Bitmojis and all the I'm super proud, you know. And that's what really hit me. So.
What lessons can you take watching how the way Fred handled his business here in Tempe that you applied here?
Yeah, I was actually at a lot of his practices, a lot of the games, and I just watched how he continuously climbed the ladder, really, and patience. He took his time, just like I had to, and that's what he mainly told me in the morning. The conversation that I had with him before the day it happened, he was just patience, man. It's the biggest thing.
You played some last year when guys got hurt, whatever, and you played well. Do you feel like it was just that helped put you in this position, just that you took advantage of your opportunity?
For sure, yeah, exactly. That's the message that they tell to every guy coming in the building. When you're putting into the game, you got to make something happen. And if you don't, you can get lost, you know, in the back of the room.
So obviously you prepare like you're going to be out there.
Yes, sir.
You think like you're going to be a starter, but does it actually feel different to now, like after you have a scholarship?
I don't think so. To be honest, I've had the same mindset since I was a freshman walking in here. I feel like that's a cherry on top. It's just cherry on top to all the work that's been going on.
Is there anything that any of your teammates in particular said that was funny or insightful to you about it?
I think just all the DB group really brought me. You know, it was just a beautiful moment, like I said before. Because obviously I've had conversations with my brothers, you know, my DBs, about that topic. So it's just a beautiful thing when they are able to pat me on the back, man. You earned it. It feels good.
What do you think about Fletcher as a coach?
Oh, he's great. He allows us to use our tools that we have before while giving us a new set of tools that we can pick and choose from what we want to use. It's a good, like, open family, you know.
So many people are looking at the secondary this year because of how many starters left. So what's your perspective on the group?
I think we have a lot of starters returning, to be honest, in my opinion. But it's just keep building from where we started last year. We were the #1 defense, so that's what the coaches are telling us this year. That's our expectations. Nothing should change. You know?
So it doesn't feel like there's any experience loss because these guys came in from other places where they were also starting.
Exactly. And we all mesh really well. That's the biggest point.
You might have mentioned this already earlier on, but just how much does it mean to you to represent your hometown and be able to play here?
Yeah, I said earlier, like when I was talking earlier, it gave me goosebumps. Yeah, I got, like I said, I have the tattoo on the back of my neck for a reason. It's my city. I was born and raised here, and it's just a beautiful thing to let my city know, you know, that the hard work paid off.
And what's the tag?
It's the city skyline. It's right
We
there.
gonna look at it?
There's opportunity ahead for you guys to separate themselves. And
I've had it for a couple of years now. The city means a lot to me. It's really what I do. I was born and raised here.
When you get on the field, you know, I feel like in some of our logs, it's not Alijah Gammage tackles someone, it's that he like takes their soul, and destroys them. So like when you step on the field, you know, what's your mindset?
Like I told you guys earlier, just always to make a play, show up somehow, you know. Like if you show up in any kind of way, people notice, people see something, you know, they see your number, they see your name. And then when you do that consistently over and over, it's like, this is what he does, he makes plays.
Do you like playing on special teams?
I do, that's the way to get to the league. A lot of people get to the league just like that. It's another avenue. I like having multiple roads, you know, to success and everything in life. It's just another road to get there.
Sounds like your brother talking.
He grew up well.
Can we see that tattoo of his tattoo?
What does it say? Yeah, what does it say?
Blame the city, I'm a product of it. So whatever I do, you can blame the city because